All right, yesterday, Florida's Parental Rights in Education bill advanced in the State House of Representatives. It's setting it up for a final vote for tomorrow. The legislation, House Bill 1557, has been called hateful by President Biden and nicknamed the Don't Say Gay bill by the critics. But if you actually read the text of the bill, you'll realize it's none of that. So joining now to set the record straight is the author and chief sponsor of the bill, Florida State Representative Joe Harding. Representative Harding, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me on.
So I want to give you the opportunity. I've read what the media says about it. I've heard what the critics have said, but it doesn't match up with what I read. So tell us what this bill is really about.
So it's a shocker, right, that the media would spin a narrative that would somehow benefit a result that they're trying to get. It's really shocking. The bill is really simple. We define that there are some instruction that's not appropriate for kindergartner through third grade. Very simple. And then we say that a school district needs to involve the parent in critical decisions about their child's life. I think it's just every fundamental belief that I have, that I know our country is founded on, is the belief that parents should have the ultimate decision in their children's life, and that the parent knows their child better than a bureaucrat in a school district, period. I mean, that is a given. We know that. And then lastly, the bill just says that if a school district is not working with the parent, and if the school district is doing what we have seen happen, not just in Florida, but across the country, where the school district is blocking a parent out of their child's life in these big decisions, then the parent should have a right to a cause of action against the school, to sue the school and find out what is going on. What are they hiding? What we operate in the sunshine in Florida. We often say that we operate in the sunshine, except when it comes to our students' education, and we are going to fix that.
Well, to that last point, I can just speak to that from experience as a former legislator. That's the only way many of these things get enforced, because you can't really expect the educational establishment, which is usually behind a lot of these bad ideas, to actually police themselves. So what's the use of giving a parent the right without the means to enforce that right? So I know a lot of the critics have gone after that latter provision of the bill, but that's the only way you make it happen.
It's the only way. We actually went a step further. I put an amendment on the House floor that passed yesterday. The amendment is now part of the bill, and so we vote on the bill tomorrow. This amendment's going to be part of it. And what we did is we added a course of action. I added another layer. Here's the reason: because not every parent can afford to hire an attorney. But if a parent, regardless of their income, regardless of where they live, regardless of their zip code, they should have a right to escalate an issue going on. And again, we could talk all day on specific examples. There are many. But if they want to escalate this beyond their school district, escalate it to the State Board of Education. And what we did is we said the State Board of Education needs to hire a magistrate. The school district is going to pay for it because they couldn't resolve this with the parent. And the parent can resolve this even without going to court. And so they have two options. We originally had a cause of action in the bill. That's still there. And we added this course of action because I felt it was important to level the playing field so that parents that couldn't afford an attorney still had a right to escalate this if there was a problem in the school district. And there are problems. It's not a hypothetical that there may be issues. There are.
That's a good move to put that in the bill as well. So I just want to underscore this. We're talking about kindergarten classrooms. We're talking about kids that used to use coloring books and blocks and up to the third grade. I mean, I know this is far-fetched in today's educational establishment, but what if we took all of that time that we're spending on sexual issues, sexual identity and gender identity and all these different things that are sowing confusion in the minds of our kids? What if we focused on teaching them to read and to write? I mean, what would happen?
Well, we know, I could tell you what will happen. And this is why I'm a champion for school choice in general, right? Because we got to empower parents in every way. But I'll tell you what will happen when we focus more on reading. There is one statistic that regardless of your party, we will agree on. And that is the importance of third grade reading. We know that it's not a hypothetical. There's statistics to prove this. We can relate everything from imprisonment to your third grade reading level. So why are we focusing? Why would a school district right here in Florida think it's okay to use gingerbread man to teach gender to students? And not only just teach gender, to confuse them in a way that talks about, well, their identity could be different than their gender, and there's all these different types of gender. I mean, when you have sexualized gingerbread man, you have gone too far, period. And our bill will eliminate that.
Yeah, we have third graders that can't read, but they can tell you what the 52 genders are for the day. Representative Joe Harding, thank you for your leadership. I commend you for stepping out there. I know you're responding in many ways to your constituents who want to see this happen, but I've been in the halls of government, and not everybody wants to step out front and take the arrows. We appreciate it, and thanks for coming on today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate what you're doing.